how's it going? This is Chosen, doing an audio commentary on a match here in our clan, MK13 at US West. And it's going to be D4imon versus Scorpio, Protoss versus Terran. We got D4imon down here in the 6 o'clock location playing Terran, and we got Scorpio up here at the 3 o'clock location playing Protoss in orange. D4imon is red. This map is Python. It's a very well-known map. It's from the pro leagues from the last few years up to as recent as this year in pro league. So very common map, some very good games of StarCraft in this map. It's probably my second favorite map after Lost Temple. I don't know why, but I just really like the map Lost Temple. It's a really popular map on Battle.net. And these two guys just played a Protoss versus Protoss. And D4imon ended up coming out on top in a 21-minute game. So these guys are going to be warmed up and ready to go. They just played a 1 vs 1. And they both did pick their race, so it's not there was no random or anything. They both know what build orders to use, and they both know what race their opponent is before they scout. Scorpio, this is something he's starting to do more often, is sending out an early scout right after that first pylon. He's going to see the wall going up, very standard for Terran on a map with a ramp like that. Just throwing up the depot, and then he'll put the barracks right here next to it to help wall off his ramp from any kind of harassment, so he can throw up a bunker or something if something crazy's coming. He's just going to kind of try to keep this probe alive in his base for as long as possible to see exactly when he takes that refinery and what kind of build he's going. So Scorpio doing a good job getting this information early in the game, and standard going for the 10 gateway, I believe, is what he went, and then a simulator. So, and then he'll most likely, probably, judging on what he's seeing D4imon do, go straight into a cybercore without making a zealot, which I think is what he's doing. He's not making a zealot yet, and he goes straight into the cybercore. There we go. So very standard game so far. The Terran is choking at his ramp, not too severely though. He's more or less just kind of building close to his ramp. That doesn't really constitute a choke or a wall off of the ramp. And now D4imon's getting the scout in, so he knows there's no kind of cheese coming, no proxy gateways or anything down by his base. So D4imon, honestly, I think in a standard game that it would favor D4imon. D4imon's the best low money player that I personally know, and Scorpio is a very good player. I just don't know if he can. Time will tell in this game. I guess we'll find out if he can go a long game versus D4imon. I would have thought he would want to go for some sort of a rush strategy versus D4imon to kind of establish an advantage early and give himself, an easier way to beat him mid-game. But surprisingly, D4imon making about 4 Marines here. So I think he was a little bit scared that he would push with some zealots, but I don't know why he did that, because he was in Scorpio's base the whole time and he saw him going straight to Dragoons. So very interesting that he spent 200 minerals on Marines here. He could have just put an SCV and a Marine there to stop a scout and kept his SCV in Scorpio's base to see if he was going to be harassing him. But again, D4imon is a better player than I am, so I'd have to. I'm basically not one to second guess him, so we'll see what goes on here. He's got the factory going down, not getting an attachment yet. I would think he would put that attachment down straight away because he got those 4 Marines and he's floating that barracks over top of them to help not be able to target that SCV blocking the ramp. And he is going for the straight attachment. Scorpio going for the fast nexus. He went 2 gateways right into the nexus, so he's going to be going for that economic build and kind of for a mid to late game push. And I don't believe he's going to be going for any sort of a Reaver harass because of how early he got this second gateway. He's going to be pumping Dragoons, and we'll find out when he gets his Citadel of Verdun or Robotics Facility. Whichever one he goes is going to tell, obviously, what kind of build he's doing. But D4imon, is this a starport or a factory here? Oh, the command center. He's going to be going for the expansion. I don't believe he saw the expansion of Scorpios, but since he hasn't gotten attacked yet or harassed at his choke point, he probably figures that Scorpio went for a Nexus and that he can get his expansion up as well. A second factory going down and mines being researched for D4imon. We got D4imon at 32 supply and Scorpio at 36 supply, and bringing down about a control group of probes here, 11 probes coming down here to the expansion, and throwing up a third gateway. So he's definitely not going to be going for any kind of a reave or harass, and everything is pretty perfectly standard so far. A third factory going down for D4imon. I would have thought he'd wait a little bit until he got that expansion up and running at his natural, and he's pumping SCVs from that command center before he floats it out, laying down a vulture being taken out by these 3 Dragoons down here, but they did take damage from a mine. He's going to try to harass that barracks. He's not taking his second gas yet, Scorpio isn't. He's just going to be harassing this choke point and try to stop D4imon from putting, oh, that mine dealing damage to that last Dragoon to kill it. He's trying to delay D4imon from getting this command center down, because Terran, their expansions are really strong because their units are very efficient. Their units get a lot of kills, you know, the tanks and the mines, and they're very efficient. So Terran expansions are more valuable than Protoss expansions, because Protoss units are, you know, muscle, and they're flailed into battle. They're not stationed like tanks, and they don't get kills without being in battle like a vulture does with mines. So once D4imon gets that expansion up at his natural, he's gonna be in a very strong position if he can get that up unharassed. And we got another gateway going down here and a robotics facility. So Scorpio is going to be going for sort of a late. Actually, he's going to be just going for observers, I'm sure. Anything this late, out of the amount of gas he spent on Dragoons already, I don't think he's going to be going any sort of a reave or harass. He's going to be getting observers for those mines so that he can advance. And we got the vultures coming out, surrounding that Dragoon, laying down some mines, and he does take down that Dragoon pretty easily with only losing 1 vulture. 1 vulture for 1 Dragoon is a trade that D4imon will take any day. It is a very good trade for Terran. So the first little battle there, going to D4imon, 1 Dragoon versus 1 vulture. And more mine. He's trying to lay down this minefield here to trap these Dragoons, losing vultures. He's in the middle of all these Dragoons. He's going to lose all these vultures if he's not careful. He does get down some mines. He's trying to harass these probes. He's killed 1, 2, 3. He loses all those vultures, and he only took out, I think, 2 Dragoons and 2 probes, and he lost damn near a control group of vultures, about 10 or 11 vultures, to take out 2 Dragoons and a couple of probes. So Scorpio is on top so far. I'd have to give the slight advantage to him, but that's not going to bother D4imon too much, unless Scorpio can get some sort of a crazy push coming here really soon and stop D4imon from mining at his natural expo. Which honestly, if he shoves these, how many Dragoons is this? This is a control group. This is 12 Dragoons right here. 12 Dragoons. If he shoves these down D4imon's throat right now, I don't think D4imon could cope with it. I really think Scorpio is in a strong position if he pushes right now, but these Dragoons are some of them are pretty low on health, and D4imon's just going to be trying to establish map control and stop Scorpio from expanding easily across the map. And I really think Scorpio missed an opportunity to do some damage there. He knew that D4imon had to have been pumping vultures for a while because he had that many that soon, and he obviously invested into that vulture harass, and he didn't really accomplish anything with it. And Scorpio only lost 2 Dragoons. I really think he had an opportunity to push something down D4imon's throat and really do some damage and stop him from mining at that actual expo, but the longer he gives D4imon, the more time he's going to have to solidify this tank setup and this mine setup. And he does still have a large group of Dragoons. Scorpio is not hurting himself any.